All right, today I have a really quick reformer workout for you. It's gonna be about 30 minutes, okay? We're gonna focus on the booty burner, okay? So 30 minutes, you don't need any special props for this workout. Now, if you have a jump board though, you are gonna put that jump board up on your reformer and it's gonna be up the entire time, so we're not gonna be having to take it up and take it off. Just put that right up there so it's ready to go. You are going to be on one light and one extra light spring. So I am on a balancedbody studio reformer, so that's a blue and a yellow for me. I did add a yellow spring to my reformer, so that's why I have that there. If you do not have an extra light spring, you're going to start off with one heavier spring, so one red spring, okay? If you have a yoga block handy, you might want to set that on the side of your reformer. We're going to be in a sideline position at one point. Now, if your headrest goes up and down, that's plenty to get that neck in proper alignment, but sometimes it's more comfortable on the yoga block. So have that handy. I'll show you how to use it when we get there. If you don't have one, you really don't need it, so it's just a little extra comfort. Okay, so I'm setting that down on the side of my reformer, and let's get started. It's going to be about 30 minutes altogether, all right, with those cues in there. All right, so we're going to start down on our back. Remember, you've got two springs on, a blue and a yellow, or a light and an extra light. If you don't have the extra light, you have one red spring on. You're going to lie down on your back, all right? Shoulders up against that shoulder block. You've got your feet up against that jump board. We're going to lengthen both legs all the way out. Now, my legs are in a parallel position. My feet are 4 inches apart from each other, toes shining up. All right, from here, we're going to find that neutral spine. Nice heavy tailbone, little tiny lift in the low back. Ribs are closed, belly button's pulled up and in. We're going to exhale as we bend both knees, and we're going to inhale as we take a little hop out. Good, so just center jumps to get the body warmed up just a bit. All right, since this is such a quick workout, we're not going to stay here long. All right, but I want you to think about it. I'm a real stickler on jumps, and we're going to be jumping quite a bit today. I want you to really engage the heel on that jump board. So every time you land, we're not jumping on the balls of our feet. I want you to find a full foot connection every time you land. Okay, and that landing is an exhale, heel sticks to that jump board, and then we leave on that inhale. So it's not a big shove or a push through the foot. Okay, that inhale breath takes you out. So I want you to think of that inhale breath as elongating the body, and that's how we leave the jump board. All right, good, nice and graceful. We're pointing those toes as we leave. We've got 6. Good, last 5. Getting everything warm. Last 4. Pelvis stays quiet here. Last 3. Good, you've got 2. Now, on the next one, you're going to keep jumping. We're going to take that right leg and we're going to hover it above the jump board. So now only my left leg is jumping. Okay, remember we want that heel to touch the jump board and stick until you leave, okay? So I really want you to challenge the flexibility through the back of that ankle. You're going to manage your knee bend that way as well. So that knee is only going to bend as far as it can, keeping that heel down. All right, that way you're going to get into that glute as well. We've got 6. Good, last 5, warming up those single legs because we're going to go single-sided for most of this workout. Last 3. Good, you've got 2. All right, you guys, on the next one, keep jumping. We're going to switch those legs so the right leg comes to the jump board. The left leg hovers just above. Okay, same thing, full foot connection every time. Inhale out, exhale as you land. Point that left toe. Good. Engaging the entire back line of the leg as we come in. Good. Core is nice and tight. Nice long length on both sides of the waistline. You've got 6. We're here for 5. Last 4. Good. You've got 3. Last 2. And bring it all the way in. Nice job. All right, you're going to roll onto your right side now. So if you have, actually we're going to start on our forearm for this one, so don't worry about the yoga block just yet. Your right forearm is going to be on the carriage, okay, right up against those shoulder blocks. You want to find alignment of the right elbow underneath the right shoulder. We're going to lengthen both legs okay, out against that jump board. Once you're there, you want to bend the bottom knee forward, okay? So basically, we had both legs long so that we could find a stacked pelvis. You want your left hip bone right on top of the right, nice long length on that right waistline, and maintaining space on the left as well. Foot is nice and flat around the middle of the jump board. You're going to exhale as you bend that left knee. Heel stays down, and we inhale as we leave. Okay, so it's going to feel heavier now, those springs. We didn't change them. They're still exactly the same as they were. I'm fighting for that heel connection every time I land. Okay, so once the heel does touch the jump board, I want you to think like it's stuck there. It can't move until you leave, okay? Good, now your knee is tracking with big toe, second toe, just like we do when we lunge. That alignment still holds true as we jump on this single leg. Okay, I'm lifting up out of that right shoulder, got nice alignment right there. Now, from this straight jump, we're gonna add a little lift and lower. So, that left leg on the next one is gonna go 2 inches up and down to land. Little lift, lower to land. So, I'm engaging the top of that left hip. My heel is making contact with that jump board just the same as it was before. Good, little tiny lift. Core is nice and tight. That inhale breath still takes you out. Okay, we're starting to feel a little bit of fire in that left glute. Okay, I want you to embrace that. We're here for 4, that's the idea. Last 3, 2, good. Now on the next one, we're gonna add a little sweep forward and back. Forward and back, so it's a little kick. Okay, basically that left leg comes forward, not all the way to the front of the hip, but just a little bit in front of the jump board. You want to think about that, okay? You're maintaining stability through the pelvis. Good, you guys, excellent. Woo, we got it. I can feel it. Can you feel it? You should feel it now. Good. You've got 4. Last 3. Last 2. Heel still touching down. On the next one, we're going to alternate our landing. So external, back to parallel. External, back to parallel. So my entire left leg is swiveling in that hip socket. Okay, that femur bone swivels around, brings me to parallel, then it swivels to external rotation. I'm landing once, okay, in each rotation. Good, getting that heel down. Excellent. Keeping it nice and controlled from the waistline. Good, you've got 8. Good, we're moving on. In 7. You've got 6. Good, last 5. Woo, you can feel that left booty. Last 4. Good, last 3. We're not done. Last 2. We're moving on to the next thing though. All right, last one. Parallel, external. Bring it all the way in. Woo, all right. From here, if you have that yoga block, okay, you can bring it up to your headrest now. Make sure that headrest is down if you want the yoga block. You're going to lie down on the yoga block. Now, if you have the headrest up, that's completely fine. The yoga block is just a little extra comfort. Okay, so from here, we're going to take that strap that's in front, and we're going to bring that around the left foot, the arch of the left foot. Okay? So we got off that forearm so that we can give that shoulder a little relief. We're going to lengthen both legs all the way out one more time. We did not change our springs. They're still exactly the same. I'm going to find a little lift in my right waistline and a stacked pelvis. I'm going to bend that bottom knee forward like it was before when we were jumping. All right, now from here, my left leg in a flexed foot position is going to go up 3 inches and down. Up and down. Little lift, little lower, right from the top of the hip. Okay, so right where that femur bone gets into that hip socket. Okay, keeping those toes shining forward. We're in that parallel position. My waistline is lifted off the carriage. Okay, so I'm not pressing or I'm not letting that waistline dump. We want that core to work 360 degrees all the way around the body. Good, let's go for 4 more right here. Last 3. My pelvis, my waist don't change. Last 2. Good, now on the next one, you're gonna hold that leg level. We're gonna bend that knee forward like we're sitting in a chair. Kneecap comes directly off the hip. And then through that flexed foot, we're gonna send that strap all the way back out to the jump board. We're gonna bring that knee right in front of the hip like we're sitting in a chair. And then we're gonna send it all the way back out, engaging the back of the leg. So right from here, this press out, I want you to think underneath the glute, right before the hamstring. We send that strap out from there. That little glam line. Good, excellent. Reaching that heel straight off the hip. My waistline does not touch the carriage. It stays nice and lifted here. You want to think about the ankle, the knee, and the hip all being at the same height. Okay, working at the same height right here. So if I had a tray of drinks on my leg right here, that tray wouldn't wobble. We don't want to spill those drinks. Good, we got 4 more here. Good, last 3. We got 2. Slow burn starting. Good, last 1. On the next one, you're going to hold that knee bent right in front of the hip, and with that flexed foot, you're going to take that little pulse out. Little pulse. So, again, I want you to focus all of your intention on the back line of that leg. We are not shoving with the foot, okay? We're elongating from the core. We're working with the back of the leg here. Waistline is lifted off that cat carriage. Belly button's pulled up and in. Knee and ankle are the same height as the hip. We're here for 8, 7, 6, good, 5, 4, 3, 2. On the next one, you're going to lengthen that leg all the way back off the hip. Now we're going to sweep the leg forward with a pointed toe. Stop it when it's in front of the hip and flex the foot, bring it back. Sweep it forward. It does not need to come all the way in front of your hip. If that is just too big of a range of motion for you today, that's fine. You bring that leg as far as you can, maintaining control of the pelvis and the waistline. That's what we're looking for, that stability and that control. Engaging the back of the leg. So as I bring that leg back, I'm getting a little bit past the middle of my body, just for that little kickback to engage the glute. Little kickback, just past the midline. And then we sweep forward. Everything is staying nice and controlled here. Good. Let's go for 8. Woo. Last 7. Good, we got 6. You got it, keep that ankle up. Keep that knee and ankle up. Good, we got 4 more here. Don't worry, I didn't mess up my count. And last 3s, I feel it too. Good. 2. Woo, last 1, but we're not done. Last layer right here. You're going to bring that leg to a 45-degree angle. Okay, so it's just in front of the midline. Holding it there, keeping the waist off the carriage, we're going to swivel. We're going to go external all the way to internal. External, internal. So you're swiveling that leg like it's a skewer all the way from the top of the hip. Pelvis is staying quiet. Waistline is lifting off the carriage. Okay, we've got a nice tight core all the way around. Good, and I'm working with as much mobility as I can find in that hip socket, all the way from the top of that femur bone. Swivel, swivel, swivel. Woo, I feel my other glute too. You should feel both because they're stabilizing. Good, that core is working hard to stabilize that pelvis. We got 6. Last 5. Woo, we got 4. Last 3. You got 2. And bring it all the way in. Oh my goodness. Take off that strap. Hang it up. Okay, you can leave your yoga block where it is. That's fine if you have it. Take off your extra light spring. So you're going down to the 1 light spring, that 1 blue spring. Okay? If you've got on that red, take it down to the blue. Alright? We're going to come into a 4-point kneel. So, wrists under shoulders, knees under your hips. Okay? Now, My right knee is going to stay on the carriage, but my left foot's going to come to the jump board and I'm going to lengthen all the way out till I find a nice flat foot. All right? That right leg is going to stay directly underneath the hip. We are heavy through the palms. We're going to exhale as we bend that left knee. Inhale, take it out. Good. So same rules apply. Heel touches down on that jump board and it sticks. Your range of motion might be drastically different here. Mine is, it's not as big. Okay, but that's all right. We want to challenge that range of motion. We want to challenge the flexibility. So I want you to work through good form. If you are jumping through the ball of your foot, okay, we're not finding that entire connection all the way up through the core. I want you to think about pulling that belly button up and in. Okay, we don't want to be jumping with just our quad. All right, we know that those global movers, they're strong. Okay, and they work all the time, but we want to keep that core engaged. Good, that's the whole purpose of Pilates, right? Everything's going to burn. All the way from the powerhouse at the center of the body. Good, now that left leg, we're going to add a little lift and lower. So the next time you send that carriage out, we're going up 2 inches and down to land. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. My elbows are soft. Okay, I'm maintaining lift between my shoulder blades, pulling that belly button up and in. I want you to think about where your weight is. If your weight is dumping into that right leg, can you make your left palm a little heavier? Okay, so that you can center out your weight a little bit. Let's go for 4. Good, last 3, we're not done. Last 2. All right, on the next one, you're going to start to swivel that leg. We're going to land once in external rotation, once back in parallel. Once in external, once in parallel. So swiveling that entire leg in that hip socket, finding nice mobility. Good. Landing once in each rotation. Keeping that pelvis nice and quiet as we swivel the leg. Woo! Nice, you guys. Getting that heart rate a little bit too with so much jumping. All right, we've got 6 more here. Good, you guys. Last 5. Keep that pelvis, that core nice and tight. Last 4. We got 3. Keep that heel touching down. Last 2. And last 1. And bring it all the way in, guys. Whew, all right, a little touch of abs just before we get onto the other side. Your yoga block won't be in the way. Okay, keep your springs where they are. Now, I'm C-seated, rear facing. You want to scoot your tailbone as close to these shoulder blocks as possible, and then you're going to go ahead and hold on to those shoulder blocks as you lay down. Watch your head. I'm very short, so my head still has a little support of the carriage. Yours probably will be hanging off, so just watch your head until we get set up, all right? So you're going to bring your short loops around the tops of your feet. Let's get them there. Like sandals, okay? Scoot your tailbone all the way close now so that your glute is hitting those shoulder blocks, all right? From here, we're going to bring the hands behind the head, okay? Thumbs long down the back of the neck. I'm cradling the skull, elbows wide. You want to bring those legs into tabletop, which means you'll find a neutral spine because your knees will be over your hips, not over your belly button where the low back is pressing into the carriage, okay? So bring those knees forward so that they are just over your hips. From here, we're going to find one ab curl and we're going to hold it. So we're going to exhale, curl into that abdominal curl, hold. From here, we're going to unfold the legs. So we're going to inhale, lengthen, exhale, bend. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, bend. Good. Now in your ab curl, you want to keep lots of length on the front of the body. So you want to think about lots of space between the navel and the pubic bone. Good. And if those straps start to fall down the leg, don't worry about it. Same movement is still happening. Okay? Nothing is changing. That leg is still lifting the strap. You still have that resistance. Okay, that psoas muscle is working. Keep those legs up there. Still holding that ab curl. We got 6. Woo! Last 5, just a touch of abs. Good. Last 4. You've got 3. Last 2. Woo! All right, you guys. On your next one, you're going to hold the legs up there nice and long. We're going to open and close. Open and close. Little straddle. Keep the back of the knee nice and open. Okay, you still got that ab curl. I want you to think about that low belly funneling up into that belly button. Good. Inner thighs close up into that low belly. You've got 6. Woo. Last 5. We got 4. Last 3. Last 2. All right, you guys. On the next one, when those legs are together, you're going to hold them there. We're going to extend those arms. We're going to pulse up, up, up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and lower it all the way down. Woo, just a little touch right there. All right, hang those up. All right, we're coming around, guys. So, coming back onto your hands and knees, that 4-point kneel. All right, this time that right leg's going to jump, not the left leg. So you still got that one blue spring on, that one light spring. Left knee stays down on the carriage, wrists under shoulders. Right foot to the jump board. Lengthen all the way out. Nice long leg is how we start. Level out that pelvis before you move. Draw the belly button up and make sure you're not looking up like this. We want to look at the carriage. Okay, back of the neck nice and long. From here, exhale, bend that knee. Inhale, lead. Good. So that inhale is important on that jump. Remember, it's not a shove of the foot. That breath is like you're inflating a balloon. And we leave on that inflation. Diaphragm drops. We get longer. We lengthen that inner thigh right out the big toe. Pointing that toe as we leave. Good. Now we're finding stability right here. On this nice simple jump, this is where you want to find that midline connection. Core nice and tight. Good, lifting up between the shoulder blades, giving lots of breath to that mid-back. We're going to add that little lift and lower of the right leg. So the next time you leave, we're going to add a little lift and a lower to land. Little lift, engaging that glute. Whew. Good, you guys. Core should also feel on fire. The core works really hard, especially in this 4-point position, or 3-point position, I should say, to stabilize that pelvis. Keep everything from moving and rocking all around. Good. Whew. Keep it going. Engaging the back of the leg. We got 6. We're going to go for that swivel from the top of the femur bone. In 4. Good. Last 3. Full foot connection every time. Last 2. One more. All right, now we're going to alternate that landing. We're going to land once in external rotation, once in parallel. Once in external rotation, once in parallel. So we're swiveling that leg in the hip socket, but the hips don't move. Okay, I'm even checking myself out in the mirror because it feels like I'm moving more than I should. So just check yourself. Take a self-check of where you're at and where that movement's coming from. Okay? I know the body is starting to get fatigued. Don't let that fatigue take over. Don't let the movement get sloppy. Hold that good form. We are not here forever. Okay? This is a short booty burner. We've got 6 more swivels. Woo! Last 5. Good, you've got 4. Keep that breath going. Remember, it's not a shove of the foot. Last 3. Woo, last 2. We're coming sidelining. Last 1. And bring it all the way in, guys. So good. All right, let's add that extra light spring back on. So you have a blue and a yellow. If you don't have that, you have one red. Okay, you're going to come all the way down on your left side. Head on that yoga block or headrest, your choice. Take that loop around, the long loop around the right foot, and we're gonna lengthen both legs all the way out to get started. All right, so waistline is lifted off the carriage. Belly button pulled up and in. Okay, nice long length, stacked pelvis. Bend that bottom knee forward, which is your left leg. And now my right leg is gonna go up and down. Little lift, little lower. I'm straight off the hip with that heel. Every time I lift my leg, my waistline does not touch the carriage. It stays off, it stays lifted. I want the core working 360 degrees. We don't want one side checking out, okay? The whole thing is working to stabilize the entire pelvis. All right, let's go for 6 more lifts. Last 5. We got 4. Good, last 3. We're gonna go for that 90-90 bend. Last 2. On the next one, you're gonna hold that leg level, ankle, knee, and hip, same height. We're gonna bend that knee forward like we're sitting in a chair. Stop the knee in front of the hip, not in front of the belly button. And then with a flexed foot, we send it all the way back off the midline. Exhale, bend that knee, knee, ankle, hip, same height. Tray of drinks, remember that tray of drinks. Oh, so important, we don't want to drop or spill any of those drinks. Good, and now I'm sending the intentional movement to the back of my leg, right where that glute and hamstring meet. That's where that movement is coming from. That's where that press out is coming from. My waistline does not touch the carriage ever. Okay, it's staying nice and lifted. Got a little space right there, enough that you could slip your hand under there. Good. Let's go for 6. Can feel it. Last 5. Got that little pulse coming up. We got 4. This side's going to get tired faster because it was stabilizing all before. Last 3. Woo, we got 2, 2, 2. We can do this. Good. Last 1. On the next one, you're going to hold that knee bent. When the kneecap is directly in front of the hip, we're going to pulse from the heel. All the way, now I say pulse from the heel, but I mean pulse from the gland line all the way out through that heel. The knee is not going to dip down towards the floor. It's going to stay lifted. The waistline is also going to stay lifted, and that belly button's up and in. We got 4, 3, 2. On your next one, you're going to lengthen that leg all the way out. We're going to sweep forward with a pointed toe, and then we're going to flex the foot and bring it just past the midline. We're going to point and sweep. We're going to flex and bring it back. Exhale forward. Inhale back. You got it. Woo, this side. Oh my goodness, right? Oh my goodness. Stay with me. We got 6. Last 5. Hold control with that pelvis. Last 4. We got 3. Okay, here we go. Last 2. We got that swivel coming up. All right, you guys, last 1. Sweep. Good. Bring it to the 45-degree angle. Hold. We're going to go external to internal. External to internal. Everything starts to shake right now. Whoo, that leg is tired. Stay with me. I want you to find movement of the entire leg from the femur bone in the hip. Watch the pelvis. Okay, we want to keep it stacked and we want to keep that waistline lifted. We got 6. Woo, 5. Last 4. Good, you got 3. Last 2. And last 1. And bring it all the way in, guys. Woo! Oh my goodness, it's been a while since I did that one too, so I have a feeling that one. All right, come up onto your forearm. We're leaving our springs exactly how they are. Left elbow directly underneath that shoulder. Okay, we're gonna lengthen both legs all the way out. Find that stacked pelvis. Bend that bottom leg forward. The right foot is parallel on the jump board. From here, we're gonna bend and hop. Okay, so it's going to feel a little heavier here, especially since that leg is tired. Remember, we're going through this now backwards. Okay, so this leg is now jumping when it's tired, where before our left leg jumped when it was fresh, and then it got tired towards the end. So we're circling back through the opposite way. Good, heel makes contact every time you land on that jump board. All right, we got 6. Woo! 5, 4, we're gonna add that lift and lower, last 3, 2, all right, you guys, on the next one, we're gonna add that little lift, up and lower to land, up, lower to land. Now that little lift is very small because I don't want my waistline or my pelvis to change. I'm engaging the top of the hip, okay, landing somewhere around the middle of the jump board, staying lifted out of that left shoulder. You know, it's a lot to think about, but that's why I cue and talk so much. I know it's, oh my goodness, she never stops talking, and there goes my yoga block. That's why I never stop talking, because there's so much to think about. And as your body keeps moving through this and gets tired, things start to check out, okay? Even in my body all the time. Last 4, 3, last 2. We got that little kick forward, guys. On the next one, little kick, bring it back. Kick, bring it back. That little kick is small and controlled. You're bringing the foot just in front of the jump board. Okay, little kick. Woo! Pelvis doesn't change. This right glute, oh my goodness. All right, we got 4. Last 3, we got just that swivel left. Last 2. All right, one more for good measure. All right, now we're gonna alternate external landing to parallel. External to parallel. Good. Control that pelvis, guys. Mine is super tired. That right glute is super tired right now, so it wants to give up. Don't let it give up. Okay, we're going to fight past that burn because this is it. All right, right here, this is it. We stretch after this, unless I forgot something. We stretch. Good, that's it. Last 6. Woo! You got 5. That's it. Just hang on. Last 4. Alternating that rotation landing. 3. Woo. Last 2. Remember that inhale breath. Don't let it go. It helps you now. Last 1. And bring it all the way in. Oh my goodness, good Lord. All right, come on your back. All right, come all the way down on your back. Just a quick little stretch before I let you go. All right, hug both knees into the chest. Give them a nice little hug. Okay, we're going to stretch out that glute. 2 big breaths here before we hit that. Exhale all that air out. Another big breath. Inflate those ribs towards the sides of the room. Exhale all that air out. All right, and press both legs up against that jump board. From here, we're going to cross that right ankle over the left thigh. We're going to bend that left knee in, so now you should already feel your right glute. And we're going to take our hands behind the left thigh. Okay, and with my right elbow pressing my right knee open, I'm going to pull that left thigh to the chest. Whew, and it hurts already. It hurts already, especially since we ended on that right side. That left leg is going to go up towards the ceiling now. And as you bend that left knee, it's going to force your right ankle a little bit closer to the chest. It's a tiny movement. You won't even see it. But internally, it'll press that ankle a little closer, getting deeper into the right glute for 4. Exhale into it for 3. Last 2. Good. Take that left foot back to the jump board. Bring that right foot out there to meet it as well. So both legs are long. You're going to cross that left ankle over the right thigh. We're going to bend that right knee in. Both hands are going to come behind that right thigh, and my left elbow is going to press my left inner thigh open as I draw that right thigh closer to my chest. Now from here, my right leg is going to go straight up towards the ceiling, and as I bend that right knee again, my left ankle is going to get a little closer to my chest, and that's going to intensify the movement through that left glute, that stretch right there. Whew, holding it for 4. Last 3. Last 2. Bringing that right foot back to the jump board, left foot goes there too. Press it out one more time. Just hold that nice long pose. Let the arms drape off the sides of the reformer. 2 big breaths right here. Exhale. One more. Exhale it all out. Bring those knees in, guys, and you are all set. Way to go. Nicely done. I hope that booty is on fire. That was the goal. I will be posting more of these short reformer workouts, so if you like this, let me know in the comments, please, or send me a message on Instagram. You can find me at the same exact name, JessPFit. I love to hear your comments. I love to hear your thoughts. It's what helps me craft these workouts, so don't be afraid to give me a shout out. I love them. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time.